Good morning, students. So today I am going to teach you regarding the inverse proportion. Okay. So before going to explain this inverse proportion, in the previous video I forgot to taught you one important thing, that is in the 10th question. I mean, just a minute. See here in 13 point just my students. So it's in exercise 13.1 students. What happens, this one I gave as a homework for all of you in the previous video, but I forgot to explain one thing, is that, see students, here the times are they are not same in the exercise. See all of you here, what that question, let me repeat one more time. A loaded truck travels 14 km in 25 minutes. If the speed remains the same, how far can it travel in 5 hours? See students, here the measurements are not same here. They are unlike measurements. Okay, here the one is minute and here it is the hours. So in such type of condition, we have to make the measurements same here. We have to make the unit same. So then only it is possible for us to solve the problem. Otherwise, if you directly write 25:5, it is a fully wrong. Okay, let me explain that problem one more time, students, all of you here. Here, to travel that truck, a loaded truck, to travel 14 kilometer, it takes 25 minutes. And in 5 hours, that loaded truck travels how many kilometers, they are asking the question for us. Okay, students. But here the times are the units are not same regarding the time here. So it is a minute and it is an hour. So it means here we have to make these times same. It means here we have to make the unit same. You have to make the unit same in two ways. How? You convert this minutes into hours. Otherwise, you convert this hours into minutes. Choice is yours. Okay. Here, I am going to convert this hours into minutes. Okay. So 1 hour means it is a 60 minutes. Okay. So 5 hours means how much? It is a 300 minutes. Okay, students. So let me write this one more here. That is 25 is to 300. Okay, so write down the both the those ratio downside here. 25 is to 300. So this one task I forgot to taught you in the previous video. That much only, students. So now using the proportion, we have to solve this one. That is 14 into 300 is equal to x into 25. Okay, 14 into 300 divided by 25 is equal to x. Okay, so this one 25 ones are 25 ones are 25 twos are. Okay, so how much comes after multiplying both these? 48, 12 is the 12, 12 plus 4, 68. Okay, 168. So x is equal to 168. It means the loaded truck, therefore loaded truck travels 168 kilometer in 5 hours. So this is solution for the 10th question of exercise 13.1, students. Okay, so now let me explain regarding the inverse proportion. So what is the meaning of inverse proportion? All of you see, students, here. Inverse proportion occurs. It occurs when one value increases and other decreases. Similarly, value of one decreases and other increases. So students, I will explain all these with some examples in our daily life. So the first one, see students, here, first example, one wall, I mean a wall of a building. So it considered as a wall. Okay, so this wall is to construct this wall, 10 people, okay, 10 people take approximately 20 days, okay. See here, 10 people they construct a wall in 20 days, okay. Same wall, if I instead of 10 people, if I implemented 20 peoples, okay, if I implemented 20 peoples, so they can finish in 10 days, because the number of people becomes more here and days becomes less. See students, here the number of people increased, 10 becomes 20, the number of people becomes increased, but time decreases here. People increased but time decreased here to build that wall. So here one increases, one decreases. So this is the inverse proportion, students. Understood all of you? Let me repeat one more time this one. A wall is built by 10 people in 20 days. That same wall is built by 20 people in 10 days. Here 20 people they built that wall in 10 days, because people becomes more and the process of work goes on fast here, okay. It means it finished that wall in a 10 days. So here the number of people increased but days decreased here. So this is the example of inverse proportion, okay. So now let me take another example, students. See here, the distance between Mudol and Jamkhandi. Okay, distance between Mudol and Jamkhandi is 20 kilometers. Okay, distance between Mudol and Jamkhandi 20 kilometers. One bike, if it runs at a 30 kilometer per hour, one bike if it runs 30 kilometer per hour, then it reaches the Jamkhandi at 1 hour, okay. If that bike runs this much of speed, it reaches the Jamkhandi in 1 hour. So that same bike in another day, if it runs at 60 kilometer per hour, that same bike if it runs at 60 kilometer per hour, it means the speed of that bike increased here. So then it reaches the Jamkhandi at half an hour, okay. It is a half an hour. So students, all of you here the speed of the bike increased but the time decreased here. Understood? Here the speed increased but the time decreased here. One increased, one decreased. So this is the inverse proportion, students. What happens here? In a first day, the speed of the bike is 30 km per hour and it reaches the Jamkhandi in 1 hour. Okay. That same in another day, that same bike it runs at 60 km per hour speed and reaches within in a half an hour. So here the speed, as the speed increased, as the speed of that bike increased, time taken by that bike decreased here. So this is the another best example of inverse proportion, students. Let me explain another one example, students. See, consider in your home. Example, this is just a students. So this is a one room. Consider this is a one room. See, in this room, in your home, approximately in your home, it is take one room. Okay. Here, approximately 10 people are there. 10 people are approximately sitting in this room. Okay. So if the 10 people sitting here, the area covered by each person is more here. Okay, so instead of 10 people in this room, if I implemented 100 people, okay, so in this first what happens if I implemented 10 people in this room, area covered by each person becomes more. If instead of 10 people, if I implemented 100 people in that same room, area covered by each person is decreased here. Okay, students, because peoples becomes more and areas covered by that each person becomes less, na? So here, as the value, as the number of persons increased, as the number of persons increased, the place, the area occupied by each person goes on decreasing. The number of people increased. As the number of people increased, the area covered by each person decreased here. Okay, see here in this room, 10 people, if they slept like this, okay, if I implemented 100 here, if I implemented instead of 10, so each area covered by very less, na, here students. It means the number of as the number of people increase, the area covered by each person, it is decreased here. So this is also best example of this inverse proportion. So I hope all of you understood regarding this inverse proportion, students. So in inverse proportion, what happens if the value of one increased, another decreased? If the value of one increased, other decreased. Similarly, if the value of one decreased, other increased. So this is regarding the inverse proportion. So now let me start the exercise 13.1, students. See the first one here. Which of the following are in inverse proportion? First one, the number of workers on a job and the time to complete the job. So this example is similar to this first one, students. Okay, so this problem is this statement is similar to that first one. So it is nothing but it is a inverse proportion. So it is a inverse proportion. It is a inverse proportion because as the number of people increased, the time taken by that people to build that wall decreased here, na, students. So it is nothing but inverse proportion. See the second one, the time taken for a journey and the distance traveled in a uniform speed. See students here. So what is the difference between this second and this second question, this second example and this second problem? See students here. Here the time taken for a journey. So here in this journey, it may be a car, it may be a bike. It may be a car, it may be a bike, whatever it may be. So that vehicle, it runs in a uniform speed here. Here the bike not runs in uniform speed here. Okay, so in a first day that bike runs in a 30 kilometer and in another day that bike runs in a 60 kilometers here. Here the speeds are not uniform, but here the journey, it means that vehicle runs in a uniform speed. It means, so it is a not inverse proportion. Okay students, so it is a not a inverse proportion, it is a direct proportion, because as the speed of that not a speed, see students here, as the time increases, the distance traveled by that bike also increased here. If the time decreased, the distance also decreased. If that bike traveled in uniform speed. Okay students, so it is not a inverse proportion, it is a direct proportion. See the third one, students, all of you here. Area of cultivated land and the crop harvested. See the next statement, students, all of you here, that is third one. Area of cultivated land and the crop harvested. See students here, if the area of cultivated land increased, the crop harvested also increased. Okay, so if the area of cultivated land is decreased, the crop harvested also decreased here. So it means one increased, another also increased, and one decreased, another also decreased here. So it is not a inverse proportion, it is a direct proportion, students. It is a direct proportion. Okay, as the area of cultivated land is increased, the crop harvested in that land also increased. So it is nothing but direct proportion. See the next fourth one, students, all of you. The time taken for a fixed journey and the speed of the vehicle. So this statement is similar to that of I explained in the example. Jamkhandi, Mudal to Jamkhandi, same example. So it is nothing but it is the inverse proportion, because as the speed of that vehicle increased, the time taken for that time taken from that vehicle decreased. Speed of the vehicle increased, time taken by that vehicle decreased here. So it is nothing but inverse proportion. Inverse proportion, students. Last one, that is the fifth one, all of you see here. The population of a country and the area of land per person. So it is this problem. This statement is also similar to that one I explained here. 10 people and 100 people. So this is also inverse proportion. Inverse proportion, because if the as the population of country increased, as the population of a country increased, the area of the land per person decreased here. If the population of a country increased, the area of a land per person decreased here. So nothing. So this is a inverse proportion. So these are the solution for the first problem, first question of exercise 13.2, students. So I hope all of you understood all these problems and also idea about the inverse proportion. So in the next video I am going to solve the next problems of exercise 13.2. Thank you. Have a nice day.